Welcome to our first edition of Tribe Talk, presented by Truist. Hello again, everyone. This is Jay Colley with us, the head football coach at William & Mary, Mike London, preparing for a big game this coming Friday night in Charlotte, and coach versus the 49ers. It's the first game out of the blocks. Are you excited?
We are. We're tired of practicing against each other and all that, but what you do, you practice and you go 30 days. We've been here since August 1st, and we've had scrimmages, we've had all kind of competitive things going on, and now we get a chance to play somebody else, and so they're looking forward to it.
A lot of strengths of this year's team. First of all, you got the bulk of the guys coming back off a winning program, winning season last year, but I heard an interesting comment that you made earlier in the press conference this week, where you actually, because of the experienced team and captains that you have, you actually consult with them on some of of your practice schedule.
Well, there are guys that are out there that have endured the lifting with the legs and upper body and the training and the running, and so you do want feedback from your guys. We have all kind of technological things that we do. We measure their oxygen levels, how many miles they've covered at a practice, their heartbeat, and all those things like that. And you want to get some feedback from the ones that are actually doing it. And so because they're an older group of guys, I'm more collaborative with them. If it was a younger team or a team with less experience, then you'd lean back more on your own your experiences. But because we have guys that have been there, done that, you want to give them opportunity to feel like they are speaking with the head coach and having dialogue about what's going on, and they've earned that, and so I'm excited to give them opportunities to do that and share that information with me.
Offensively, you return a bunch of guys that were one of the leading rushers in college football last year.
Yeah, you look at Bronson Yoder was an all-conference selection for running back, and you Donovan Lester, very capable himself. You look at a guy like Malachi Emo. It's just Drayshawn Kendricks. There's so many guys that that are here that touches the ball for us that you want to utilize that skill set that they have, and they're different in different ways, but they're productive in a lot of ways as well. So we're excited about the opportunities to get a ground game going, but also make teams defense the whole field. From not only from tackle to tackle, but even outside, towards the sideline as well.
On the defensive side of the ball game, coach, I know you're excited about that defensive line.
Yeah, we are. It's a veteran group that's back. Of course, you have a guy like Nate Lynn, who is a preseason player of the year for the CAA. And as he told me, he said, "Coach, I don't care what they call me preseason, what they call me after the season's over." And so that's a mindset of a guy that's played in college football games. He's got guys, that have been playing with him as well, and they've been productive. John Pius, a pass rusher. So there's so many guys. Our captains, Zyquan Bassant, Carl Fowler, the guys that have played in games. And so we're excited about them having a chance to compete. This is an FBS team we're about to play, and regardless of what happened to them last week, they're going to be ready to play because they're playing their home opener at their place.
Couple of keys. Final question to a victory for the Tribe on the road.
Their quarterback is pretty good. He distributes the ball well to their receivers, about 6'3 plus. So we got to kind of keep the quarterback in the pocket because once he starts to scramble, he's very creative and he'll throw the ball up. They have a running game that we got to be very cognizant of because they have running backs that are a good stable of running backs as well. One of them, number 13, also returns kicks, and he was the conference's leading ground gainer, in terms of special teams last season. So he's back there in the backfield, but he's also special teams. These guys returning the ball, and then and offensively, their two outside guys are really good players. Their defensive ends put a lot of pressure on the opponent, and Colby Sorsdale and Charles Grant are going to have to be able to block them and minimize any hits on the quarterback. So protect the ball, know where the quarterback is all times, and then our cover game, because of number 13 and what he does, is going to be critical.
Well, our first Tribe Talk presented by Truist is in the books. We'll see you next week. Go Tribe.